So today, what I want to do is talk about USB microphones. Should you use a USB microphone as a professional voiceover artist? Let's talk about it. The big question is this: how do voiceover artists like us who are looking to take our careers to the next level, but don't buy into the claims of needing expensive equipment and demos, start bringing in new clients? How do you follow a clear path to changing your voiceover side hustle into your full-time job and stick it to those that said you couldn't? Those are the questions, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Earl Hall, and welcome to In the Booth with Earl Hall, where we know how to grind and don't quit. Hey guys, and welcome into the broadcast. Forgot to start up here live on Instagram, so let me make sure I go ahead and do that. All right, today we're going to be talking about, should you be using a USB microphone? Look, I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to be with you, the person, the voiceover artist that is looking to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover career. If you wouldn't mind right now, if I bring you any value at all since you've been following me, I would love for you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to me on youtube.com/Earl Hall Studio. Also, like it, share it, please share it. It would mean the world to me to have you share my content if I'm bringing any value to you at all. Doesn't matter whether you share it on Twitter, Facebook, you know, wherever you can share it. I would love for you to share my content. Make sure you tag me in it so that I know it's you, and I can probably give you a little shout out as well for sharing that content. And look, if you have not got the magazine yet, you want to get it. VQ magazine, voiceoverquarterly.com. Make sure that you get it. It's a magazine all about us. It's just for us, the up and coming voiceover artist is looking to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover career. Also, if you have not gotten the book yet, Steps to Voiceover Success, make sure that you get that book. Tons of information in there. All the links are in the description, wherever it is that you're watching this live stream right now. And this is live stream. I mean, unless you're watching me recorded, make sure if you want to follow me, if you want to catch the live so you can ask me live questions, make sure that you follow me. youtube.com/Earl Hall Studio. That's my home base for everything. If you want to comment, I'm always taking comments right on YouTube. So you can, even though you can watch me on Twitter, even though you can watch me on Facebook, even though you can watch me on Instagram, the best place to catch this is on YouTube. And I would definitely appreciate it if you took a moment, if you're not already subscribed, to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Once again, all the links are in the description below, wherever you're watching this video live or wherever. Also, you can also catch this live stream every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central, right at my homepage, stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. Look, this morning, I've already been doing a ton of work. You guys have heard me talk about this book, The Keys. You want to get it. It's in the store by DJ Khaled. Just about finished reading that. This one, I'm about to start reading Your One Word. You guys have heard me talk about your why. This book here by Evan Carmichael, if you're not subscribed to him on YouTube, make sure that you do. Evan Carmichael gives some outstanding advice from the top minds, the top business people, the top marketers all over the world. Grab this, link to my store in the description right there at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. You can go ahead and grab that, as well as some great VO gear. This morning, I recorded a video, and I'm going to be putting it out a little bit later on today. Most people know about this, the Chaotica eyeball. Most people know about this bad boy. This is $200 worth of foam is what it is, but I absolutely love this. I've used it for quite a long time. It makes the difference in a lot of things that I'm doing in VO. But what I did this morning was a side-by-side comparison. I got this $50 piece of foam. I'm going to be doing a comparison between the two, the Chaotica eyeball and the Alctron, to see what's what in regards to, do you need to pay $200 or can you get away with the $50? So we're going to see that later on today. I'll be coming to you guys, bringing you some information on that. And yep, it's Wednesday. Thanks everybody for tuning in on today. one of the questions that I see so many times, and I see in Facebook, I see on Twitter, I see in my even on my Instagram feed, as far as people talking about using a USB mic. Can you get away with using a USB mic? Can you do professional voiceover work with a USB mic? That is like one of the leading questions that I get. There are several, but this one comes across a lot. It comes across all the time. You see top voiceover artists and coaches and things of that nature always using something like a Neumann TLM-103. This is the TLM-103, the black version that I got. The TLM-102 comes in this same color, but this one is a TLM-103. This is my go-to mic that I use every single day that I do voiceover. This is my go-to mic. This is going to run you roughly $1,000 in my store. You can go right there, stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. If you want to pick one of these up, if you got $1,000 to drop, this is the industry standard large diaphragm condenser microphone for voiceover. It's what most people use, along with a Sennheiser 416, MK416, I believe is what it's called. Those two have become industry standards to use. But you see a lot of people using things like the, the Blue Yeti. There are a couple different Yeti mics that are out there that I see people using a lot. And the question that comes across is it professional? Can you consider yourself a pro if you're going to be using one of these USB microphones? Now, one of the things that I've always said, and I suggest, look, spend about somewhere in the neighborhood of $100 to $200 on a microphone, and you're pretty much going to be set. For a long time in the voiceover industry, this mic that you see me using right here to broadcast with, I used this mic for 2 years before I decided to upgrade. Before this, and this one is a Electro Voice RE320. It's like the baby brother of the Electro Voice RE20, which is a different color. It's like a gray color. But this is more of a broadcast mic. But I use this mic, and you guys can, if you're watching me on YouTube or whatever, you can hear the sound quality that comes from this microphone. And this is about I think it's $299 for this. Before that, I put a link in the description for my very first microphone, which was the Audio-Technica 2020, AT2020. It's a $100 microphone, and it's outstanding to begin with. But when you talk about using a USB microphone, and I just think technology is getting better and better and better all the time with the different types of microphones that are coming out, because you can spend $100 on a USB mic. You can probably spend over, I don't know, $500 on a USB mic if that's what you really want to use. But the question is there going to be some sort of detectable sound quality difference for the type of work that you're doing in your home studio that people are going to be able to notice? Is getting a XLR cable type microphone something that's going to be required or needed right now in order for you to be considered a professional voice actor? The short answer to this is no, it's not. You can, okay. See Justin popping up a comment there about the 320. You can use, and I'm just going to say this, when you're just starting out and doing this thing and doing voiceover, everyone starts where they are because they really don't know what else to do. And so most people, because of probably just ease, you grab yourself what you consider to be a nice USB microphone and you go from there. But I can tell you this, as you develop your career, as you get better and better, you're going to want to use better gear. You're going to want to use a XLR microphone. There's only two different ones, either XLR or USB. So the XLR is the connection. I was getting ready to unplug this to show you what an XLR looks like. But you know what? I probably have an extra cable in here somewhere. And I do. I have an unopened cable. I always keep a couple of these handy because you just never know. This is an XLR connection. This is the end that goes into the microphone. And this is the end that goes into the microphone, right? Yeah, this is the end that goes into the microphone. The female end. The male end goes into your interface. Whether it's, you can use this in conjunction with like a DBX286. in conjunction with your Focusrite, Solo, whatever it is, whatever interface you're using, this is going to plug into there. And this is what a 25-foot cable that I have for this. So I always keep spares of those laying around because you just never know what's going to happen with the cable, right? But, and you guys already know what a USB connection looks like. Let's just be real. The XLR connection, this is where when you start wanting to get better and better and better, this is where the rubber is going to meet the road, because a USB microphone is not going to plug into a DBX286S. A USB microphone is not going to plug into a mixer. It's not going to plug into your Focusrite. This is where you start getting into the professional quality gear, the pro gear that you're going to need to do professional voice acting. So when you're starting out, to our ears, there may be no detectable difference in the sound quality coming from a USB mic or an XLR mic, or should I say, a condenser type mic, professional pro gear. There, to your ear or to many people's ears, there's not going to be a detectable difference. The thing about all of that is when you start working with different studios, once you get to that particular level, these engineers are going to ask what your gear is. They're going to ask what you're using. The client may never ask, but the engineer is going to ask, especially if you're going to be doing this from your home studio or wherever. And so if you are saying I'm using a USB mic, I can pretty much tell you they're going to say, no, we can't use it. We're not going to use USB stuff. The thing about this as well is now with your clients, especially if you're a beginner, you're just starting out, clients, they only care about the end product. Now, the thing about not being able to plug into something like a DBX286S or to an interface to go into your computer, you're not going to be able to do any sort of pre-processing. That processing, you're going to have to do all inside of your DAW, which may or may not work well, depending on your environment and things of that nature. And you guys will hear me say this over and over again. The most important aspect of everything it is that we do is our recording environment. You can have the best microphone, but if your environment is piss poor, you can have the best processing gear, top-notch DAW experience, know how to process your audio. But if your environment is subpar, it does not matter. I don't care whether you're using a USB or anything else. But if you're going to be using a USB mic, the things that you want to consider and make sure that you're doing is that you have an appropriate recording space. It is somewhere that is quiet. It's a dead space. I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but you can't have hard surfaces around. You've got to be surrounded by soft surfaces. Otherwise, you're going to be getting that echo. There are plenty of people. I mean, you can see them on YouTube. A lot of people that are doing like audiobooks and things of that nature, they're just using USB microphones. But think about your audiobook experience. If you're an audiobook person and you listen to audiobooks like I do a lot, you notice when someone is bad. And I don't mean their performance. I mean their environment. I mean what it sounds like to your ear. You know whether or not they're using cheap equipment, they're in a bad environment or whatever. And it's funny to me that they actually put this stuff out on places like Amazon and Audible and things of that nature, because there are some pretty bad recordings that are out there. But when you put that out there, it's out there forever. And if somebody is looking to hire you, especially for an audiobook, let's be clear about this. For an audiobook and they're looking to hire you, they're going to go listen to your other audiobooks. And the only thing they have to do is look up your name. And you're going to pop up inside of Audible. You're going to pop up. So, I mean, for instance, you can go to audible.com and you can type in Earl Hall and you can see every audiobook that I've ever done. And so that's like your resume. That's the thing to do right there. By the way, right at the top of the website at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com, I've got this whole training on audiobooks, how to select your books. It's an advanced training on how to make money in royalty deals with audiobooks. You want to check that out if you're one of the folks out there that is interested in getting into the audiobook game, which can be really, really lucrative if you focus in on it. It's something that can be lucrative. All right. Now, so back to the whole USB thing. Sure, you've got plenty of people that are out here using USB microphones and things of that nature to get started and get going. The thing that is most important than anything is, what does your client think? Your client may never ask you about your setup. Your client may never ask you what type of microphone that you use because they usually don't have that type of, what I call it, they don't care. All they care about is the end product. Can you get good quality sound from a USB microphone? Yes, you can. Are you going to be able to stay with a USB microphone and grow in this industry? The answer is no, you will not, because you will want to be better and better and better, especially at audio production and doing the things that need to be done in order to be considered a professional voice actor. You have to, as I say all the time, you want to become an audio engineer. You can't do that with a USB microphone. You cannot do that at all with a USB microphone. All right, so I just got a call on my iPhone, so sorry guys, I had to cancel that call out. But anyway, that's never happened on a live stream that I got an actual call coming in. I got to figure out, and if that's going to happen, I got to figure out how to use my iPhone to either do not disturb mode or something. I got to figure that piece out, I guess. All right, so I'm hoping that this is helpful. I'm excited about putting up that video I'm going to do later. I'll post that probably later this afternoon, all about this. And I already recorded it. I just need to edit it and put it up and all that good kind of stuff because that takes a little bit to do. All right, so let me go back here. I'm looking at the comments on YouTube or on my homepage at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. Excuse me. That is where you can put your comments. You can ask me your questions only on YouTube. You're going to be able to ask me those questions in the chat or on my website, stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. Even though I am broadcasting live right now on Facebook, that's where I'm going to be taking questions. And also, since I've got my phone popped up here with Instagram, I can see those questions side by side, literally. Got my phone here and the monitor here, so I can see all the questions and comments coming in. So let's take a look at what some of you folks are saying over here on YouTube. Let's see. All right, Mike. Yep, you made it to the live broadcast. What's up, Lenny? Kevin, glad to see you in the house. Lazarus, John Grimes, my man. How's it going? John is saying definitely can start with USB, but more likely to get better work with an XLR decent mic for not much more money. Exactly. Versus needing to upgrade later anyway. And that's why I put a link in the description, a direct link to a mic that if you're struggling trying to figure out which mic to get, the Audio-Technica AT2020, it's like my favorite mic. I might be a little nostalgic about it because it was my first microphone that I had, but there's links in the description on YouTube and on Facebook if you want to check that microphone out. All right, let's see. John Crest, currently using an MXL 990 mic. Is that sufficient? Yeah. Where am I? Yeah, looks something like this, right? I know. It's a very good condenser mic. The quality of these mics are better and better. That MXL 990 is a very good mic to start out with, and I know it's a USB just like this one is. Good quality, good sound. You do not have to break the bank on this stuff, and don't spend money that you don't have. You can sound really good with an inexpensive microphone, and when I say inexpensive, I'm not talking cheap. I'm talking just inexpensive. It's not going to give you the same sound quality as you're going to get from, for instance, a Neumann TLM103. It's just not going to be there. It's not going to have the richness that it has, but it's going to be a very good microphone, and everything can be cleaned up in post. Everything can be made to sound better in your DAW. So don't worry about it. And the more equipment that you get, I've sung the praises of the DBX 286S for I don't know how long. So everybody ought to be getting one of those. You can get it right at my store at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. All right. Let's see. Lazarus, Blue Raspberry, $200. Yeah, all these different mics. Thanks for putting that up there, Lazarus. A lot of different mics you can get started for under $300 with a good quality XLR mic, a Focusrite Solo. You can get this thing cracking for under $300. Really, you can. And all the stuff I have listed in my store at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com, it's just all the stuff that I suggest. And you can see there, you can get some gear. It's not going to break your bank. And you're going to have something to really, really work with to give you some good quality sound. All right. Dev is asking, hi, Earl, Samson CO1 XLR or Blue Yeti USB? I will always go with the XLR. If you're giving me a choice, I'm always going to go with the XLR at the same price point. The same price point of an XLR to a USB, I'm always going to go with the XLR. All right. Let's see. I tried all three side by side. The combo was the best setup. Let's see. Sound treatment is even more important than the mic you use. Absolutely, Lenny. That is absolutely true, because that is where everything starts. Everything starts with, what does your environment sound like? Or not sound like, I should say. You don't want sound there, right? Do you think that a person with a little bit of craftsmanship could make foam eyeball or a square one? I don't know. I've seen some people do that on YouTube. There is foam you can actually buy, and you basically, just like with this, you cut out the inside. But of course, when I've seen them, it's all ratchety up in here. It's all like torn up, which may or not matter. And then of course, you just have to have the hole in the bottom where the mic comes through on the top there, so that it comes through, and then you put the pop filter over it. They make foam balls like that. I'm waiting for one of you to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm waiting for one of you to make the video so that I can see what you think about it. But there are a couple of videos on YouTube where people have done the DIY stuff with that. Let's see. Justin, there is a YouTube video of... Yep, absolutely. Thanks for putting that up there, Lenny. Mike is saying, I bought the CAD E100S, and like a lot of people, turned my closet into a sound booth. I went to Ross and bought a handful of shag carpet mats. Awesome. To take up the table to what works perfectly. Absolutely. A lot of these setups, you know, the DIY setups and stuff like that, even like the one that I had early on, are simply ugly, but they work. And that's all that matters. No one, you're not inviting anyone into your home to see your blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter how ugly it is. Mine was ugly. If you go back into my older YouTube videos, you're going to see how ugly my setup was. Before I had the all black, I had like some gold and just some stuff. It was crazy, but I didn't care. The whole thing about what it is that I do, especially with this YouTube channel that I've done over the past year. Actually tomorrow, my live stream tomorrow will be my 200th video. Since I started last year, it'll be my 200th video that I've done on YouTube. The reason that I started this YouTube channel was to show my progression, to give people the knowledge to know that if I can do it, you can do it too. And so I wanted to share my journey with people. I didn't just want to pop on the scene. I wanted you to see that I started. And if you go back to my earlier videos, you're going to see I was in my home basement. I had a ragtag setup. I upgraded that setup little by little. You know, last year, for some of you guys that didn't know, in 2017 is when I quit my full-time job. And I do this full-time now. But when I started my YouTube channel, I was on the journey, and I shared that. I shared my ups and downs. I shared what I was going through, and I allowed you to see me do this. And that was important to me. And I knew that was going to be a long journey. I mean, throughout all of last year, I knew what it was going to take for the past 2 years, but I wanted to basically show my work. I wanted to show that because I set my mind to this and made up my mind to do it and not give excuses to not succeed, I wanted to show that journey to everyone and let you see how and where it'll ultimately end up. And believe me, baby doll, I'm not done. I've got much farther to go. And I enjoy going back and looking at where I've come from. And I'm very thankful. I'm very humble. Lots of gratitude about what I've been able to accomplish over the past couple of years doing what it is that I do in voiceover. And you guys have been a big part of that. And thank you for joining me on my journey. I mean, those of you that have followed me for over a year, you've seen it and you've watched me. And I thank you for your attention. Really, I thank you for attention. That's why I say, look, it means the world to me for you guys that share my content. Sure, I like it when you press the like button and give me a heart. But when I see you guys sharing the content, that does something that nothing else can do for me. That you had the wherewithal, that you thought enough about what it was that I was doing, that you said, you know what, I want to share this with everyone else too. And so I thank you guys for doing that. And I definitely appreciate it. And I'm on starting in February, I'm going to be running a contest, and I'm still developing out my prizes that I'm going to be giving away, whether it's going to be gear, grinding, as far as audio gear, whether it's going to be grind and don't quit gear, books, all the whole 9 yards. I'm going to be developing prizes for people that share my content. By the end of this month, I'll have some sort of, the rules of engagement as far as so what to do and how to do it so that I see you doing it. But I want to reward those that are supporting me as much as I can. But even right now, those of you that are doing it without a prize involved means the world to me, because it lets me know you actually really enjoy or appreciate the time I take to do what it is that I do Monday through Friday right here, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I appreciate you guys. Not that I'm not going to appreciate the guys that want the prizes, but you that have been sharing my content and continue to share what it is that I do every single day, you guys mean the world to me. And I don't forget. I don't forget the people that have helped me get to where I am. And I believe that those of you that share my content are helping me further my career. And I thank you for that. And I will never forget it. And there will be things coming that I make sure that I address you directly for and see what it is that I can help you with. And there are some things coming up within the next 90 days that I'm going to be tapping a bunch of you that have been out there sharing my content and do share my content every day on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You're retweeting, all of this stuff. You're sharing my book, you're sharing my magazine, you're sharing my website, the whole 9 yards. I know the folks that are already doing that. And coming up in the next 90 days, I've got a conference call later today. There's work coming through Earl Hall Studio that I will need to hire folks for. And the first people that I'm going to look at are those that have been sharing tremendous amounts of my content. It's just hands down, because I've got to show that I want to show that appreciation. So if you want to get on the bandwagon, start sharing. Let me see you sharing. Tag me in your posts that you're sharing this. Use the hashtag grind and don't quit. You use that hashtag grind and don't quit. I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it. So use that hashtag wherever you can when you're sharing my stuff. Hashtag grind and don't quit is the hashtag. And then also tag me in the post. If you're on Twitter, I'm Earl Hall VO. Tag me so that I see that you retweeted it or something like that. If you're on Facebook, Earl Hall, just tag me so that I see it. Use the hashtag and Earl Hall, and I'll see all of this stuff coming up. All right, let me take a couple of last questions over here, if any have come in. Thank you so much, Lazarus. Yeah, Lazarus, I saw your pics of your booth. Amazing. I did see that. Thank you for sending those over. John, as you always say, Earl, done is better than perfect. Yeah, done is better than perfect. Some of you will get that. Some of you won't. All right. Thank you guys so much. Let me just go back here on Instagram and see. Thanks, everybody, for joining in on Instagram. I don't think there's any morning. What's up, Lee Voiceovers on Instagram. No questions came up on Instagram. Hey, what's up, Gabe Kunda? Appreciate you, guy. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. I am going to get this video created that I've got to create in regards to the whole thing with the chaotic eyeball, as well as not the knockoff, but the cheaper version of it. I'm going to be putting up that review later on today, so be on the lookout for that. If you have not liked the video or hearted the video, please do that. And also please share this video out today if it's meant anything to you, or if you think it's of value to anyone, if it's been of value to you especially. Thank you so much, guys, for everything that you do. I will be back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Standard. By the way, before I go, follow me on Instagram, please. You on Instagram, you already follow me. If you're not following me on Instagram, you are missing the boat. I'm sharing nuggets of information there every single day that I'm not sharing anywhere else other than Instagram and Snapchat. You gotta follow me on Instagram. I'm sharing 1-minute clips a couple times throughout the day that are hard-hitting, that will give you some direction that you will probably need. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you that just pressing the hearts on Instagram. Thank you so much. I love Instagram. I'm building out my audience on Instagram. I want every single person to follow me on Instagram, to make sure that you get those nuggets every day, a couple of times throughout the day. I think it's vital and I think it's important to you. So please, if you're not following me on Instagram, it's just instagram.com/Earl Hall Studio. Just go there. I'm at Earl Hall Studio. And hey, I'll see you guys on tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Love you guys, and you have an awesome and amazing Wednesday. See you later. So the big question is this: how do voiceover artists like us who are looking to take our careers to the next level, but don't buy into the claims of needing expensive equipment and demos, start bringing in new clients? How do you follow a clear path to change? Oh boy. Too funny. Bye guys.